This is your announcer, Shannon Saint Mainframe, welcoming you to our IP Livecast. GWAR found themselves as the target of conservatives once again this week. Who knew that bodily fluids on public figures bother them so much? Rabah, don't let them see the folder of pics from your Chappaqua weekend retreat with Neil Patrick Harris. Our IP Livecast starts now.
Rob,
Wait, how did Shannon know about that folder?
moving up in the world. It's great. Good for you. How was he? Any good?
He's a little full of himself, honestly.
Oh, not a giver?
I find myself kind of annoyed with him and his husband. They're a little, they're just kind of boring and like very capitalistic, I would say. Very opportunistic, I guess would be the better word. They had some show on Hulu, I think. I guess before we get into it, hey, it's Rob and Darren. And
Hello
of course,
there.
Sid's not here, as you could see if you're watching us on YouTube. But if you're hearing us, you won't be hearing Sid's charming voice today. Sid is fine. He is okay. He had a family emergency that he had to tend to.
Hoping for the best.
Yes, but he is okay. He is in no ill health, and his wife is okay. His cats are okay. So it's me and Darren today.
Yeah.
I was going to say going solo, but we're not going solo. We're going duo, baby.
We're one person fused into a two-person Voltron today. Now, I would say I don't like. I am aware that Neil Patrick Harris is gay, but I don't know anything about whether. I didn't know he was married. I didn't know anything about who he dates or anything about that. So I don't know who his husband is.
Okay, he's kind of in the Andy Cohen universe, gay cinematic universe, like Andy Cohen and what's his name from CNN? I can't think of it.
Anderson Cooper.
Anderson Cooper, thank you. Yeah, like so they're all like best friends, and he's like an upper West Side gay, I think, or whatever. I find myself honestly like listening to Andy Cohen a lot more. He's one up the dial from Howard Stern.
Oh,
and if I'm
literally. I thought you meant like he's like Howard Stern, but like but more shocking or something. You mean
no.
His channel is next to Howard Stern.
Is right next to Howard Stern. Yeah. Or at least it might be like a few apart, but like in my favorites, it's right next to each other.
I got you.
And like sometimes I don't want to listen to music and I want to just listen to someone talking or whatever, and I would go to Howard first, and if it's like Ronnie the limo driver, like he just some of the things he spends time talking about, I just have no interest in anymore. It's beyond me. So unless if it's a retro clip, sometimes you fall into this clip from like 1995 or something, and it's like, yes, this is why I keep this around. But most of the time, it's not that. So then I find myself listening to Radio Andy more because it's a lot more laugh at.
What does he talk about? Like, what's his?
He just talks about his life. Like, I was at Neil's house last night.
Oh, Neil.
I went out with SJP, Sarah Jessica Parker.
Oh, he doesn't say it. Does he say SJP? Really?
He has some nickname for it because I remember I had to like figure out who he was talking about.
It's like if I was hanging out with you and then I tell Sid that you and I went to Roll and Roasters. So I was with RP the other day.
Yeah.
You really
his best friends are her and like Amy Sedaris. He's always hanging out with Amy Sedaris.
AS, right?
AS. But also, it's a 24-hour talk station. Not that he's not talking. He's only on 2 hours in the morning.
Yeah.
So he kind of has his kind of whack pack of people, and I've grown to really enjoy them for how diluted they sound. Like there's this one guy, Jeff Lewis. I'll look up a photo of him when I'm done talking, but it's just like the stereotypical California rich gay. He talks about his adopted daughter and her school and his problems with her school, her fancy school, private school. And I think he talked so much shit on this one school that they actually kicked his daughter out because they didn't want the publicity. Let me look up a photo. And then he has this other guy, Andy Cohen. But anyway, long story short, I don't like. Let me just look up.
I put a photo in the chat for you. If I'm assuming that's the guy. He's standing next to Andy Cohen. So
yes, this is an even flattering photo of him.
okay,
So it's from a few years ago. There's a lot of, and also what's funny about this Jeff Lewis is he is not at all ashamed of, his chemical enhancements for his face and whatever.
oh boy.
He looks way. This is what he looks like now.
I'm scared to see this. It's
It's
funny. You got all these hideous faces in our banner, and then you're gonna put this one up. You're like, look at this! Look at this freak.
This is him now.
Okay.
This was the photo. So this is the photo Darren sent me, which is from a few years ago, and this is him. Okay. Probably not even now. This is probably even a few years old.
He's got the Simon Cowell bloat going on. The combination of getting older with the puffy face and plastic surgery.
The lip fillers. Lip fillers on men it doesn't work for me. I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't really work for me on women either.
I
have seen.
I don't like them.
Oh, he's got very feminine lips there. That's what that lip filler does. I think it feminizes you. Maybe you're going for that. I don't know. I'm not judging.
It just maybe it's not that it feminizes it. It's just we're so used to seeing it on women that you just assume it's a fuller lip is a. Yeah,
worth thinking about. But when I see that on a woman, I don't like. I've seen this very, very artfully done jobs where it's like, okay, that works on her.
Yeah,
but 99% of the time, it looks disgusting to me.
I would agree.
They just do it wrong. They go too crazy with it. I dated a girl. I'm sorry. Very quickly. I dated a girl.
This is your story's probably better.
I dated a girl who was 22 at the time. This is after I got separated from my wife. And she was putting she was putting Botox in it. A gorgeous girl.
Wait, I'm sorry. You said she was 22?
She was 22. She turned 23 while I was dating her.
Mm-hmm.
She gorgeous. I mean, I'll show you a picture later. She just looked like a young Barbara Streisand with a better nose, like a very Jewish, hot Jewish. That was her aesthetic. And she was putting every week. I should tell me, I got fucking put the Botox in. I got lip filler. How does it look? And I'm like, you don't need any of this. And then she would get mad at me, like, why are you telling me I don't need? It's my fucking face, She sees a wrinkle and it has to have Botox. It has to. So she had those lip fillers, and from the time I met her to the time we stopped talking, they were like twice the size. I can't stand it.
I don't get. I feel like these women in their 20s, it's much more societally acceptable. Sure. And they end up kind of looking older than women in their 30s because I associate that look with being older,
Agreed.
So you kind of get the reverse intent here. You're trying to maintain your youth. You end up looking older.
You look like you're trying to look younger because you look older. That's the thing about putting those fucking things, those fucking inflatable tires in your mouth. It's brutal.
Yeah, and I saw something where like that's the filler, whatever the synthetic is, it never actually leaves your body. It's just in your face forever.
That's a heartwarming thought.
Yeah, like why? I don't know.
It's like the Taco Bell steak that's still in your colon from 2020.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean. You might be putting it in the other way. I don't know. Is that what you're saying?
No. I'm fascinated that you dated a 22-year-old. If you want to talk about this a little more. Well,
I don't know that it's that interesting, but
just the idea. Like, I mean, when I've hooked up with guys in their 20s, like, not that I have much of a conversation with them, but like there does seem to be like a gap there of thought process maybe. So like, how do you overcome that? Or
we did it. I'm not talking to her anymore.
Fair. Okay,
but she was great. She was great. She was we matched on Tinder or one of those fucking things, and I was like, I don't think this is a good idea, but we had like a great conversation and just started talking and bullshitting. And then she was a grad student at the time, psychology grad student, brilliant. And like the age gap was not noticeable at all. And I'm very immature at times too. So I think we met somewhere in the middle. Like she's like a 30-year-old. I'm like a 30-year-old. And we had very stimulating conversations. Like I'm talking about like intellectually. And she was beautiful. She had a great time. She lived out of New York because she was going to Buffalo for grad school. But she would come here and visit her family that lived in Queens twice a month. So it was the perfect like separation of, like we got this time together, and then I don't have to have you all up my ass like all the rest of the time, from both perspectives. Like we both liked it that way. It was like we have like a little weekend and then we're done. And then we would just text all the time. But it just over time it started, becoming apparent, like her music, we don't match up on music, we don't match up on culture. Like I mentioned a TV show, and she's never watched The Sopranos, and these are all little things, by themselves, but then they accumulate into a big, like there's just a cultural misunderstanding there. Just
absolutely. Yeah, no, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like I find, the post hanky panky talk. Sure. I find myself being like, I find myself feeling old or
yes,
or something,
yes, 100%.
Or they say something completely not intending to make me feel old, and you're just like, you're a baby.
And funny you say that, is because I felt the same thing, but also she said the same thing in reverse, that I would just say, toss off something casual. She should be like, "You're so smart." Like I feel like a fucking idiot when and I don't think those things that I was saying were that smart. I think it's just I have 30 more years of fucking life experience than her, or 25. That was like 5 years ago, so she's, I guess, like almost 30 now. But it's just like she's like, I think that's just something you accumulate from being old. I don't even consider, like, not that I'm not smart, but I mean, like, you know what I mean? I think the gap in life experience was making her feel like out of her depth, and wasn't even trying to do that. I thought she was a brilliant girl. She was really fucking cool. Like, I mean, I still think about her sometimes. Like I miss her. Like I miss her company, but I know that would be a bad match.
Yeah, like you've had literally twice as much life experience as her.
So, exactly.
So,
and I try to be sensitive about it. I try to tell her, like, don't take it that way. Like I think you're one of the smartest people I've ever met, and all that stuff. But it's just there, like it's just hanging over. It's not something you could talk away.
So that's interesting. So do you set like a minimum filter on your dating apps?
No, because I like
whatever.
I don't really, honestly, with school, I'm so fucking stressed. I don't even look at them that much anymore. And I've like, I don't know. I don't set a minimum mainly because I just like having like random conversations. And I think I do have a minimum of 21. Just because I don't want fucking teenagers.
Yeah.
But I don't care. Like if someone in their 20s wants to talk to me, we can. I don't expect it to go anywhere. But like I've made friends on these apps too. I mean, I know it's different than Grindr, where you just want to fuck, and then maybe some people meet their love match on there, but a lot of people just want to fuck. But I don't just want to fuck. Like I want to have a girlfriend, potentially, ideally. But
you're in it for an LTR.
Yes,
long-term relationship.
But I'm open-minded. Like if you want to if it doesn't work out and we just want to be friends or go to movies together, like I'm cool with that too. So that's why I'm not picky about it. I have met cool people that I still maintain contact with that I'm not fucking with.
Yeah, I've definitely had that as well, which is always kind of interesting. It's like, I've maintained friendships with some of the people I've hooked up with.
Right.
And it's been nice. Dusty's talking about his dating situation. He's been using Field, F-E-E-L-D. We briefly mentioned this.
Can you remind me what the gimmick of Field is?
He says he's been exploring non-monogamy. The best way I could describe Field is it's like a grinder for non-gays.
Oh, I see. So you want to just fuck, and that's everyone opts into that, is what you're saying.
Yeah, and I mean, like I was on Field, like it's open to gay people using it as well. It's about but I think it initially started as a polyamorous app, or like a couple looking for a third kind of app, and now it's just expanded to just the go-to kink app for straights, not necessarily straight, for like for any gender or sexual orientation, but it leans bisexual, straight kind of situations, just because gay people have so many other options.
Yeah.
They wouldn't necessarily be on there, but if you're looking to explore like a bi-curious thing, you can pop on there, theoretically.
So it's like Collar Me, but the updated 2020s version of Collar.
But like a legitimate, like serious operation. Like it's
that wasn't? I don't know. I don't even know.
No, that was just like a Collar Me was like they bought like a social network app and skinned it or whatever. You know.
Oh, you mean like design wise, it's a legitimate.
Yeah. Like this is
okay.
like a big, like a legit startup, like
I guess.
Tinder or Hinge or Bumble. Like it's like one of those, but
Okay.
with like a kink bend to it. But yeah,
Right.
it's so. So that's Field. Maybe you'll have some luck on Field, Darren. Maybe you should.
I
check
think
it out.
it's
Let us
too
know how it
sex
goes.
oriented. Like I don't.
Oh, that's right. You're now looking for. Well,
I'm a
mean,
human
hey.
being. Like I'm not saying I don't like sex. I do, but like I approach
No.
it.
It's not your priority on these apps.
Right. Yeah, and also it like I'm very specific about sex partners. Like I need it to. It sounds so stupid. I don't know when I say it out loud, but cringy. Like I need it to progress from something else, and then I feel comfortable with them, and then I want to fuck them. Like I don't meet the person and go, wow, she's so hot. Like I need to stick my dick in her. It doesn't. It's just never. Even not. It's not from being old. Like when I was 20, I was the same way with that.
You're sapiosexual, right? That's the phrase.
Maybe, but I don't know. Is that true? Because I've been very attracted emotionally to dumb people before. I think there's a it factor. And I can't put my finger on it, but there's something about them.
Put your finger in it. Hey,
hey! That was your eclipsing Sid's role today. That's he would have gone for that joke.
Well, we gotta make up for it.
I now Dusty mentioned non-monogamy. Like I don't know how. Well, I do kind of know how you feel about it, but I'm gonna preface this by saying I'm purely non-judgmental. But for me, I can't wrap my mind around non-monogamy. Like you've talked to me, Rob, privately and on the show somewhat about you have a loving boyfriend and you have a great relationship and you're great for each other, but you also fuck other men.
Not so much.
Is that fair? But I'm saying this has been the case. This has been the case.
But yes,
I can't. I just doesn't.
And
click
we've explored together. Yeah,
it doesn't click. And again, I want to repeat, just so I'm being clear, not judgmental. I think that's great for you that you found a place to carve out to do that.
Well, look at it this way: when you've been in a relationship, would you masturbate?
Less, I would say, but yes.
But you do.
Yes. So
but
that's me.
I kind of just look at it as just glorified masturbating.
Right, but I guess it's because masturbating occupies a different space in my psyche than sex does. I don't know.
Oh, see, yeah, I don't think. I mean, now it does. But back then it didn't.
Masturbation. Go, sorry.
Back then it was like the lesser version, I would say. Where I feel differently. I would say it's different now. Now it's self pleasure.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Social connection.
It's never been the lesser version of sex for me. The masturbation has been like me time, exploratory time, figuring out who I am. And Dusty Rose Muffler said 3D just needs a tongue in his ass to change his mind. Disagree. I have had a tongue in my ass.
Oh,
multiple times.
Willingly?
Yes.
You knew it was coming?
Well, the first time ever, not willingly.
Oh, wow.
I've talked about this on the show.
Oh,
I've talked about this on the show in the 90s when I had it.
Oh,
when I was in my 20s, I had an Orthodox Jewish girl.
Yes. No, this I do remember now.
She was addicted to eating ass. She just the first thing she would go to was that. Not before a blowjob, before kissing. She was like, I need to eat that.
I feel like for me, like I can't just get down there. There has to be like an agreement for like you're clean,
yes.
right? Like everything's all right.
Like, yeah, well, we did have that too. I think
okay.
that was a funny anecdote that I've told also on the show. Was that one time I came over and I think I came from playing softball or something. Like probably was seeing Rob at that point at the softball field, and she goes to like start going down there, and she goes, "Wait a minute, did you take a shower?" And I go, "You tell me." Let me know. Let me know when you get down there. She got really mad. Who said? Kyle said, "R.I.P. Derensky guy." He died many years ago. Yeah. Do you have some information? He was actually in hiding and faked his death.
Dusty says in the 90s when ass eating was taboo.
Do you think so? I don't know.
I'm
not arguing, but
I think maybe in straight culture it was a little taboo. Yeah,
I know it's enjoyed a popularization in recent years for sure.
Yes,
I mean that's all people talk about.
I've definitely I will say anecdotally just by how much straight content has been popping up on my porn feed of just guys getting their ass eaten by a woman.
Yeah. Do you find that attractive if you can't really see the woman's face? If it's such a tight shot that you see a man's ass getting eaten, does it matter?
Yeah, no, I could get off to straight porn.
Oh, even if you do see the woman, it's a turn on.
Yeah. I mean, I'm focusing on. I mean, that's how I initially started watching porn. So I have experience of just not looking at the woman, and it would be very frustrating on the cable channels because they would go out of their way to just focus on the woman. It's like give me a react, give me something.
That's maybe it's just a case of people being too picky. But I remember as a child, get the fucking camera off this guy already.
That's so funny that we have.
We both want 0 time on the other sex.
Yeah. If I remember the only time they would show the guy is when I'm not attracted to them. When it's like Herschel, whatever his name
Herschel
is.
Savage.
Yeah, like get out of here. I didn't see you. Show me the muscle guy. Show me Vince Foyer. Yeah, but
I know. For me, it was Ron Jeremy.
Yeah.
I always, even at a young age, I question how is this guy doing porn? And I know he's got a big penis, but like a lot of guys have big penises. They don't look like troglodytes.
I think straight porn has gotten better about that lately. But yes, read the Shifty Shortcake.
Shifty Shortcake says one of my most memorable encounters was introducing a woman to rimming. She came so hard when I ate her out; it was incredible. Still makes me smile. 2 years on, and this woman is not in your life anymore. I assume from that phrasing. And I wonder what happened. If the rimming was so good, man, she should have stuck around.
I met up with a younger gentleman a few years ago, late 20s, and I gave him his first prostate exam. Exam.
I was going to say, is he healthy?
He was healthy. Or his first prostate orgasm, and he was so shocked he didn't even understand what happened because it was like almost instant and uncontrollable once I got in there.
Oh boy. You were a master of your craft, man.
And I felt very proud about that. Well, I'm very good at stimulating a prostate. I can tell you that. I'm very confident in that ability. I have experience in the field.
I was gonna say, me and Sid are both like in the 50 zone. Maybe if we can't find a doctor one weekend.
Yeah, I'll come over.
Totally platonic. Just tell me if there's
Dr.
any.
Rob, a heavy metal proctologist over here.
Just tell us if there's any engorgement or anything. It's not sexual. Shifty Shortcake says, I got together with my wife instead. Long story. So she had to go. So she might still be pining away from your rim jobs.
Yeah, she might never have gotten a better rimmy than that.
Yeah. And Dusty Rhodes also, I want to point out that he said, I felt that way about Stephen St. Croix, SSC, Stephen St. Croix.
In terms of unattractive.
Yeah, I don't remember. I know the name very well. I don't remember what Stephen St. Croix looked like. Let's take a peek at that. I remember Herschel Savage's ugly ass, fucking Mishkite face. Not Stephen. What's Stephen look like? Oh, okay. Oh, he's not. He doesn't look like a bad looking guy. He looks like a very average Joe kind of guy.
Yeah, he was one of the guys that it would be like, all right, fine. It's been like I've been watching. There hasn't been an attractive guy on there. Right. All right, he'll do.
You throw a dick on him?
Yeah, sure, I guess.
Wait, the body is putting off-putting. Okay.
Yeah. I think it looked better in the 90s, but
is that recent? Okay, that's fine.
That looked a little more recent.
Wasn't he also in like? I might be getting this wrong. Wasn't he in like Skinamax movies too? Like a half legit movies? Yeah. It was in like half legit movies where it was like basically porn, but with a bigger budget.
Search on.
Oh, what? Come on. That's fine.
We're on YouTube.
It's an adult show. Oh, yeah. Right. Okay. Yeah. We're going to get yanked. Let's enjoy this show live while you can. Is that what Safe Search? You can choose to blur it. See, for me, I didn't know there was that option. I thought they just don't show up.
Filter.
I see. Got it.
All right. Well, that's Stephen St. Croix.
Can you put that back on for 1 second? There was some guy with like, who's that guy in the lower right with that hat? What is going on there?
This guy?
Yeah. It's boxing.
Mancini, I guess.
Okay. Oh, there was a fight. Stephen St. Croix had
someone else.
I know, but he had a fight.
This guy was just from St. Croix. This boxer.
Oh, okay. Oh, we're getting down the rabbit hole now. Never mind.
All right.
Who is the guy that looks like Triple H again? That's Sarah J. Dusty. Sarah J. Looks like Triple H.
Or are you thinking about the porn star who looks like X-Pac? Is that the one?
Oh, that's Tom Byron. Yeah, Tom Byron. To me, he's a dead ringer for X-Pac.
Yeah,
Except more muscle mass than X-Pac. But sorry, not Triple H. When X-Pac, when he was the 1, 2, 3 kid, when he debuted, he looked even more like Tom Byron.
Oh no, there was also a porn star. He has like the long blonde hair that looks like Triple H, a male porn star.
I was going to say Sarah J. You're talking about Sarah J.
This is where we need Sid. Sid would have the name in a second.
Text him.
Let's call him up. Yeah, let's.
Who the fuck has a long? Not Randy West. He had short blonde hair.
I think that actually might be him. Hold on.
Okay, let's see. Randy West?
No, not Randy West.
I don't know. We'll do some research on this. This is a very important topic.
Yeah, this is it.
Evan Stone. Is that what we're getting some suggestions in the chat here?
Oh, let's see. This is great. Yes, Evan Stone is
Evan
the one.
Stone nailed it.
Yes.
Thanks you. Crowdsourcing our porn questions to our chat.
Yes.
Very good job. Thank you.
I mean, not really, like kinda, very vaguely.
I get it. Yeah. He's like the team.
Looks more Greg Valentine to me than.
He looks like Fabio.
Yeah,
a little bit like the Wish app Fabio. I guess that's what he was going for, right? With that outfit.
I feel like we've had this exact stroll down porn memory lane like 3 times on the show.
Do you expect my brain, with all that's floating around in there, to retain Evan fucking Stone? Like, come on. I got no room in this attic here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, Gangrel. He does look like Gangrel a little bit, too. You seen he says he saw the dude wrestle Gangrel years ago. Who wrestled?
Evan Stone?
Evan Stone wrestled? You thinking of Evan Courageous? I don't know. We'll have to follow up on that. But anyway, what's on the agenda here?
I want to point out that Ginger Lynn in this photo just looks like Amy Schumer.
She does, yeah. But let's be fair. Like, Ginger Lynn is like 60. She's not bad for 60.
No, 60.
Amy Schumer's like 37 and looks like 60. I don't want to rag on Ginger Lynn. I like her very much. And also, I think she's like, isn't she also an activist for like feminism in porn and like women not being abused and stuff? And
she started that the nonprofit that like forced all porn studios to standardize testing and all that.
Oh wow, that's good. Oh, there was that big thing with Mark Wallace. Remember when he gave like 10 people HIV and stuff?
Yeah. There was this Vice series, Sex Before the Internet. They went through that. It was a very fascinating series. Highly recommended. It might be on Hulu.
And Ginger Lynn was also in that Metallica video. That terrible Metallica video. Turn the Page.
Turn the Page? Oh, I don't know.
Where there's you don't know. You like the video? I'm not gonna.
I liked it. Yeah.
No judgment. Sorry. We did agree to disagree. But
yeah.
I like the song.
I think I have her. I can't say it off the top of my head, but I feel like if you played the monologue, I could recite it by heart.
Let's do it. Oh,
like with her
content issue.
Yeah.
All right. Do it off the air. I want to hear that.
I did like the. I thought the concept was very interesting.
Right.
Like just the son following his.
Oh, I'm sorry, Rob.
Stripper mom to work.
Didn't mean to make you feel bad. I thought it was pretentious, but I get it.
That's fair.
I will say this though. When we wrote that parody grocery, remember I wrote my parody grocery, recorded it. The plan was to shoot that as a video, and it would just be imitations of every Metallica video, like Unforgiven, Enter Sandman, and all that, in a grocery store. And I told Frank Pepe I wanted to have like a whole middle section where we just get someone to do Ginger Lynn's monologue for absolutely no reason. Just stop the song completely and just somehow theme that to groceries. But it never happened. Wait, Dusty Rose Muffler said Christy Canyon made a comeback recently. Is that true?
You're asking the wrong person, Darren.
I'm just saying it out loud. I can't believe it's a rhetorical question. I'm sure it's true. You wouldn't like make that up, but like, wow, she was my girl back then. I would love to see that. She must be like 60, right? Because she was around the 80s. That's 40 years ago. Oh man, she was gorgeous. This is just like a porn show now.
Oh, Christy Candy. Yeah, so she was also on that Sex Before the Internet
How's she look?
series. She looks all right. She looks like a woman. She looks like a mom.
That's cool. She kind of looked like a mom then when she was 30, but in a good way, like like a sexy mom. Oh, that's old. That's an old photo.
This I feel is like
yeah, that's fun. Look at that. She's gorgeous. You kidding?
Great.
She's a gorgeous woman.
Dusty asks, "Have you ever jerked off to a video of a dead porn star?" I did and felt guilty.
I'm trying to think. I'm sure I have. I don't know.
I look at it as paying tribute to them.
I saw one with a dead male star that I liked a lot, not like sexually, but the content he used to produce that was great. And he suicided himself. He unalived himself in his 50s. And I only found out after the fact of I had recently enjoyed it again. I went back in the archives and had one of his scenes sitting around on my hard drive. Enjoyed it. And then I read like 2 weeks later that he'd taken his own life. So that was a little bit of I didn't feel guilty about it. I was kind of shocked.
Yeah, there was a Japanese porn star that passed away from some sort of stomach issue, but I still found him hot, so I still celebrated him. But like once or twice, and then I was like, okay, this is kind of creepy, so I'll stop.
Do you ever think it's like a J horror thing where you like all your semen that you imagine putting into him, like gave him a stomach cancer or something?
Maybe.
Wow.
But speaking of bodily fluids, we mentioned at the top of the show, GWAR.
Yes.
And I was kind of blown away at all the attention they've been getting this week. A video was posted to TikTok. They played Riot Fest just outside Chicago.
Okay.
And a video was shown. And I feel like we don't have to explain who GWAR is, right?
I would say so, yes.
Everyone listening to us would know who GWAR is and how we fully support them. And so there was a video that surfaced of them killing Elon Musk. And then a tweeter who I believe was doing a cosplaying as a Karen.
Mm-hmm.
Was saying like, this is disgusting, this is not edgy, or it's grotesque and reckless and normalizes violence against a real person. This is not okay. Riot Fest and GWAR crossed a major line. And then, of course, Riot Fest retweeted this. The thing went viral, with GWAR fans being like, yeah, GWAR is disgusting. And I want to just point out that if you somehow never heard of GWAR, which again, I'm very hard, like the prop that they used that mimics Elon Musk is like the same prop that they've been using now for 30 years to kill whoever the mainstream, figures are
of both parties.
Be it liberal or conservative. They've killed Barack Obama. They've killed Biden. They've killed Trump. They've killed Bush. They've killed everyone. Gore, everyone, Clinton. Like it's anyone of authority will get killed.
Even not authority, even like celebrities sometimes they murder.
Right. Yeah, exactly. And on both sides. And so it's just very funny. And then, of course, libs of TikTok posted the video being like, this is what the Democratic Party is.
Yes.
It's just a culture of violence.
Yes. Noted Democrats GWAR.
Yeah, right. Exactly. And so I just thought it was very, very funny. And I thought it was hilarious that that they're getting publicity in the New York Post. But I spoke to someone in GWAR's camp. No one like in the band, but people involved with working with the band on the business end. And they were a little worried that this might cost them like gigs or something. Like,
really?
Like this lunacy. And I'm just like, no, this is great.
This is so stupid. First of all, if you think that cutting off Elon Musk or anybody's head is going to cost you publicity, why are you in GWAR? Like that's what the whole thing is.
Like I said, this is not a member of GWAR. This is a member, someone who works with GWAR.
But their
like
team,
on the business
like
end.
it's
yeah.
I mean,
I agree. Well, I think it's just like headaches for them to deal with this shit and like deal with.
Sure.
You know.
Okay, but you signed up for that, buddy.
That's fair.
This is not. You're not fucking Taylor Swift's PR manager here. Like,
and now I want to say, like the Post article itself, like they're clearly just capitalizing on the virality of this. Like they don't take a stance that this is disgusting or not.
Oh, really?
They even question if like the initial poster was authentic. They're just saying like, oh, this went viral, you know. But and then they're just sharing other people's tweets. But there were then comments on the New York Post. A representative from GWAR told the Post, normalizing violence. Humans don't need GWAR for that. There's nothing normal about the Looney Tune violence acted out on a GWAR stage. GWAR is absurdist spectacle. GWAR is to violence what the New York Post is to journalism. Ridiculous. Nice.
I just wanted to, you told me to interrupt if the people upstairs started fucking, and they are fucking. So
let's hear it.
Let's just be quiet for
Let's
like
everyone be
10
quiet
seconds.
and really pump up your mic.
I heard a moan. Oh,
Shh. I hear children playing.
that's outside.
Okay.
I hope they're not playing around the bed or something. Might get GWAR'd. Kind of stopped.
Okay.
All right. So
I briefly did hear like a shaking.
yeah, yeah. The whole time you're talking about Elon Musk, the bed was clanking and clanking, and then it stopped. But then there was like mild clanking and a moan or two. It was one of these, one of the male like that. The woman almost never. But I hear her. So that's how I know the guy's not jerking off. But it's rare. Like he's very vocal, and she's like once in a while. I'm sorry. We can go back to the Doge and the fucking...
Yeah. No, I want to go back to this. So the point I was thinking, you know, I started reading the comments on the New York Post article because the Post might understand this is kayfabe,
right?
The writer.
if the Post don't know kayfabe, nobody knows kayfabe.
Yeah. But do the readers? No, obviously the readers think this is real. So I wanted to look through the comments, and I was hoping, Darren, you could resurrect your reviewer voice as we read some of these comments. So here's one. I'll make the.
This is our friend, the reviewer, or the Masterpiece Theater.
Yeah, the Masterpiece Theater one. Yeah.
Okay. Yes. All right. I'm ready. Is this one Larry?
Larry, yes.
That's sick. Anyone over the age of 15 following such a group is probably sick too. I never was into hardcore heavy metal. For one thing, it was too loud and boring. Another thing, how is it loud and boring? Another thing is that genre was usually wrapped around some illusions of Satanism. That's not something I care to repeatedly dwell on, just to tap my toes to a beat. Okay.
Here's another one.
Been into metal since 70s. These guys are not metal icons. They're a gimmick band at best. Oh, this is a good one. Woke is a joke, says. Okay. I am proud to say I have never heard one note of their... I find that hard to believe. You have heard one note. Come on now. You may not enjoy it, but you've heard it. This from an old geezer who played Clapton's Cream riffs on an Ampeg. Couldn't afford a Marshall on paper route money. Cranked to 11 in Battle of the Bands in the 60s. Nowadays, I prefer looking at music videos of female K-pop groups like Twice. Okay.
He's watching these K-pop girls instead of...
Check his hard drive.
Yeah.
I don't know, but also this sounds almost like PR. Like someone's going in these comments and be like, to promote this group twice.
Yeah, he's talking about K-pop Demon Hunters, this Netflix show.
Right.
That they're better than the Beatles. Get out of here.
4 of K-pop Demon Hunter songs are in the Billboard Top 10. Made me flash back to April of 1964 when the Beatles had the top 5 songs.
Oh.
Perhaps the Beatles were their generation's Demon Hunters. That almost sounds like a bit.
Yeah.
That sounds like, what's that woman that who's like a PMRC type woman, Betty Bowers? That's what that sounds like to me.
Let's see some more.
Look at all these people that love Elon Musk coming out to fucking support Elon Musk. What the hell does someone have to do to get charged with inciting violence?
Good question.
LOL, GWAR aren't heavy metal icons. They're a clown show embarrassment that could be outplayed by a 1-month school of rock band. Thank you. Spot on. This is one case where I really, really wish Dave Brockie was still alive. Like this,
I was saying the same thing.
Such a good segment on this show. We could have had him sit in on the show and zoom in and just be like, read these and respond to all of them.
Oh, here's a good one.
I had to Google GWAR. The entire band is phony. Figured that out. All for attention and some sort of marketing gimmick. They sell comic books, board games, beer. Oh, no, there goes Mustaine. He's in that group now. Whiskey, BBQ sauce, and of course CBD, toy collectibles, and sex toys. Yay.
I loved this comment, the following one.
Absolutely repulsive. Warning, karma can be a bizotch.
Bizotch! It's been so long since wouldn't it be biznitch? What's bizotch?
I've heard bizotch.
Bizotch?
Like this is when that first emerged, like probably in the late 80s. It was black people saying it because that white people always steal slang from black people.
Right.
They said bizotch. And I think white people appropriated bizotch, and then black people changed it to biznatch and biznitch to sort of, we got to have our own thing again.
Yeah.
And then that went to white people, and then they kind of just gave up. Bizotch, I remember very clearly all the white kids in my class saying bizotch for like a year.
Yeah.
After black people were done.
I remember it. I totally agree. I mean, I don't remember the black. I remember the white people saying it. Yes.
Where are we? Oh, the liberal left again. GWAR, the liberal left, always resorts to violence.
The socialists in GWAR.
Every single time. Read the article. Someone's correcting them. Read the article. Can you go back? I want to read the correction. It was funny too. Read the article. The people who earnestly like refute these people are just as dumb to me, or not just as dumb, but like in the same.
Yeah, why waste your time?
They're on the same school bus. Read the article. They beheaded a model of Biden at a previous show. Was that being liberal left too? Yes. Oh, it would be left or like left. Sounds all inclusive to me. I mean, I don't know that slicing off someone's head is all inclusive. Equal opportunity, anti-establishment, maybe. Yep. Since the clown Democrats now blame losing the election on Biden, Harris probably offered to it herself. I guess you don't read the latest news. Meanwhile, I think they're saying like, no, you're wrong. GWAR are Democrats. Because Democrats also hate Biden, so that doesn't prove anything.
I see. Meanwhile, read the meanwhile, though.
Meanwhile, 200,000 people celebrate Charlie Kirk's life. No violence, no rhetoric.
No rhetoric. There was no rhetoric at that thing. Zero rhetoric.
Unlike your hateful politicians. Okay. Any other good ones here? Go back up a drop. Hold on. There was something about the Soviet Union. There you go. I have to read the context of that.
Oh, it's a reply to
the original Biden corrector, right?
It's a reply to the guy that said they beheaded Biden,
right? And you believe that justifies this? They're the same thing. You believe that justifies this You're definitely a violence promoting socialist. You'd go far in the CCCP.
I love this idea now, like that, like socialists are violent.
Yeah,
they will force you to have medical coverage.
Yeah, when they stop fighting with each other, they'll go right after you.
That's why they want the Medicare for all. They're always fighting.
Yes, we want you to have more money violently.
I guess that's really it.
Okay. Well, what's that about Metallica? Well, that's a good one. Hold on. You just went down a little past it. Keep going. Right there. Don't remember Slayer, Dio, Crew, Metallica, or others doing this or anything remotely. Do they play music or act out plays? Yes, you're right. That's a good criticism. Metallica never beheaded anyone on stage. They did blow up, though. They blew themselves up in fireworks, but not other people.
Here's a good question.
Incitement to murder is a felony. Why aren't these guys in jail? Yes, murdering puppets is now illegal. We should make murdering puppets illegal. I agree. Here's a good one. Wait, go up and in the center ring says, I just tossed all my GWAR stuff and burned all my... How could you possibly get...
Well, this I think is a troll. That I think is a troll, that part.
You think so?
Yeah.
I was going to say, how do you get through 40 years of GWAR back catalog? And now this is the one thing.
I love how with the unknown band begging for attention with gross, talentless stunt.
When will someone give attention to GWAR? Finally,
yeah, they're always seeking attention. GWAR, you know. They should just...
I saw they pissed on a podcaster once many years ago. What was that all about?
God bless. Well, we're so glad GWAR is.
One more. I'm sorry. One more. The band is also known as GWAR. Thanks for spelling that out.
Give that one an upvote. What is that? What does that give me? Oh, just that. God bless. All right. Well, thank you to the New York Post for the comedy.
More like New York crap. Oh my goodness.
Let me see. Libs of TikTok. I wanted to see if the Libs of TikTok did any more with the GWAR thing.
She said, "This is an affront to American sensibilities." Like Elon Musk, the South African who's not a U.S. citizen being murdered on stage is really anti-American. Americans killing a South African is anti-American. Go figure.
Great news. Libs of TikTok realized they were being idiots and they deleted the post.
Oh, that's a shame.
Yeah.
Self-awareness is never good for these people. She's a real piece of work. I saw someone kind of doxed her. And there was like a whole hour-long video on YouTube that I got sucked into watching. I did a little FF watching, full disclosure, but I had always just heard her. I heard her name.
What's her name?
No, it's like Chaya something. Chaya something. Am I thinking of the wrong person?
Chaya. Oh, it's pronounced Chaya. I thought it was Raya.
Maybe it's Raya. I don't know. I thought it was Chaya. Chaya sounds worse. So we'll go with that.
That's fair. But yeah, what's her? She's just like a middle, 30-something unmarried Orthodox Jew, which is like to be a woman in your mid-30s in that community and unmarried,
right?
You have to be pretty unlikable.
And also, I'll say another thing: to be a 30-year-old woman, mid-30s in that community and not be married, you have suffered all of the wrath of the men for no tangible benefit. Like, what are you doing? Why are you still repeating their propaganda at this point? Like, they won't even wife you up. Like, why are you still on their team?
So, like, in this 1 hour thing, any juicy stuff or just?
Like, it was just no. I'll go back and check it. I sort of just half absorbed it while I was playing poker online. So I don't want to get things wrong, but it was just like salient, like prurient stuff, like, you know, embarrassing things that she said online and like contradictions. And look when she said this, but look at this. It was like sort of that, not really digging into her personal life.
I feel like videos like that, in my opinion, and I'm not questioning the intent of the author, but they're pretty useless.
Right.
Pointing out these people's hypocrisies. They don't care.
Right.
They know, like that. It's they don't mind. They have a mission, and they're going to stop at nothing to get that accomplished.
I agree, but I do think I have two minds of this. I feel like it works on people that don't have as large of a reach because they give up getting to that pinnacle. Like if you crush them hard enough. But I feel like someone who's already past the singularity of being super viral like her, and she's got like 4 million followers, and you're right, it's not going to do anything. But I think you can nip these like smaller influencers in the bud if you clown them hard enough. And I've seen that happen.
But like, for example, like for me with the Chaya,
whatever the fuck her name is,
Biznatch, Bizach,
Libs of TikTok, LOTT, Libs of TikTok,
Libs of Titty, Libs of Biznatch. I can't even say Bizach. I can't even bring myself to say the outdated. There was a former Washington Post reporter, Taylor Lawrence, who interviewed her one-on-one. She did like a video interview with her.
She interviewed Libs of Titty?
Yeah.
That's my kid.
Have you seen that? Was this in? I assume this was in the video because this Chaya woman really exposed herself to be a total idiot.
Maybe I skipped around a lot. I think it was just one person showing their own exposés of this person.
I see, but like if you seek out a clip of this, it's fascinating, and like Taylor Lawrence, she could be a little wacky herself sometimes, but it was very interesting, and it was at that point that I'm like, this isn't a serious person. This Chaya, this is just like another troll that they're giving a platform to because she echoes their sentiments.
Well, it's a certain kind of person that just starts with like a preconceived thing, and I'm gonna go find anything that fits my shit, and I don't care if it contradicts anything else. That's the worst kind of person to argue with. Like, don't bother.
It really angers me. That's honestly the whole point of Libs of TikTok is to take videos out of context. Mm-hmm. Much like with the GWAR video, it's a perfect example of like, look at these Democrats feigning killing our president.
Right.
And if you think about it from like, it could be, how is what GWAR doing any different than what Kathy Griffin did with the Trump head, right? Like, it's really not, which to me shows how absurd it was that Kathy Griffin was canceled. But maybe to a Libs of TikTok person would imply that GWAR should be just as canceled, which go fuck yourself. And like, and also by whom?
Right. But also the fucking Republicans and conservatives do that shit all the time. The fucking White House is tweeting like memes of ICE people rounding up Latinos. You know what I mean? Like they're actually doing it.
They tweeted out a video with the Pokemon Catch Them All soundtrack as they were nabbing undocumented migrants. That's far more disgusting than anything GWAR does because that's
they're doing
real.
it to puppets. Exactly.
Yeah.
This is fucking real live people.
Yeah. It's absurd. It's fucked up. It's get the fuck out of here. And this is we're the party of like they're trying to paint themselves as the party of peace.
Right. You care more about a fucking puppet being slaughtered than a human family of Latinos.
Speak on it, Darren.
Thank you. I just did. I'm done.
Okay, cool.
Go ahead. I was going to go on to a slightly related topic, but if you have something more on this, we'll stay on
I want
this.
to quickly mention, while we're on this, these dipshits, I want to mention that dipshit of the show, Frankie Palmeri, chimed in with his own take. Not friend of the show, obviously.
Right, of course.
And he condemns people celebrating the death of Charlie Kirk. And this goes on and on. Like, we don't have to read this whole fucking, I'm not going to read this whole statement.
This is just how he writes.
But like here, I'll just read like the first one or two paragraphs.
Hold on. This has to go before every Frankie statement.
Speaking as a male,
okay. Go ahead.
I don't really care to engage anymore about politics, but I can gladly say that it wasn't the death of Charlie Kirk that opened my eyes to the sickness of this world. I've known how broken it is for a long time. Charlie wasn't a guy I followed or paid attention to closely, but his online presence certainly created a parasocial awareness that couldn't be ignored.
So this
what is
every,
he saying?
Every fucking hardcore album of the past 50 years.
I want to take a step. His online presence certainly created a parasocial awareness that couldn't be ignored. Mm-hmm. You're using big words, but you're not saying anything. Like what is a parasocial awareness?
All right,
like,
a parasocial is a thing, but it's not. Doesn't go together.
Yeah, those two words aren't supposed. Yeah, you're such a fucking idiot.
Yeah.
In a country incredibly divided. So I want to point out 2 sentences ago, he says he wasn't a guy I followed or paid attention to, Charlie, right? And now he goes, in a country incredibly divided, he seemed like and was a guy who was willing to talk with anyone with the intention of showing that discourse is the blah, 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 blah. That's not what he does. He shows up to colleges to own misinformed liberals. Like if he wanted to spark debate, he would go with other people his age or like experts in the field. Like why doesn't he ever debate a social worker who's been dealing with trans people, their whole lives?
He seeks out the dumbest person he can find so that he can win the debate. And sometimes he does win the debate because he cynically seeks out the dumb person.
I don't want to say that they're necessarily dumb. They could also
unprepared.
Just be unprepared is a much better
word
because it's like they get flustered or they're very nervous speaking in front of a microphone or whatever, and he pounces on that, and then it's like Charlie Kirk owns College Liberal, 3 million views. That's not sparking debate and discourse.
Well, he's certainly not sparking anything now. But I digress. He's sparking the tip of the devil's pitchfork right now.
Not to mention the hearts and minds he did reach across the country and even go fuck yourself, to see such heartless and callous celebration of a life needlessly taken, to see the same brand of human smiling, making jokes, proudly celebrating demise. That to me is pure evil. Well, Frankie Palmeri, I want to introduce you to the Frankie Palmeri of a decade ago or something. Where was this when you were making shirts making fun of Columbine and making or ask your girlfriend what my dick tastes like or like get the fuck out of here.
Proudly celebrating his demise, making jokes like Frankie Palmeri is an expert on human kindness. Do you have that?
Okay, thank you. We do have the shirts. Thank you to the PRP. Shoot first, ask questions last. This is his clothing company, Cold Soul, which the moment we wrote about this, immediately they pulled all their shit. It's a photo of the security camera during the Columbine shooting. Shoot first, ask questions last. Like this could have very well have been a photo of Charlie Kirk, on the cover of this.
Sure. Well, then he'd be upset.
Where was his? Here's his other shirt. I am a national threat.
What does that symbol mean?
I don't know. Well, it says Cold Soul in the Arabic lettering, I guess, here. I don't know what this up here is. I'm sure it's probably something ironic like peace.
Okay.
And here's here's a still from American History X. Celebrating the white nationalist character blowing smoke in a black person's face. Violence is a way of life. Gee, Frankie, I don't understand. Is this not celebrating violence? What happened here?
Well, Edward Furlong blowing smoke into a black person's face is just opening up a dialogue and a discourse, Rob. Because of these two divided groups that need to get together.
It's so weird how he can't understand how people could be celebrating death when he himself did such a thing.
Right.
Then, so I want to go back to this rant. It really goes off a deep end, yap, 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 yap. And then again, I never fully recovered watching the country get looted and burned while being treated like a second-class citizen because I wouldn't take a COVID vaccine. Like many others, I witnessed so much of this chaos, all while I was barred from my line of work. I lost money, time. I wasn't allowed in many spaces because I didn't have my vaccine-proof papers.
Oh, no, he couldn't do that Napa Auto Parts grand opening at the Secaucus Mall. That's terrible.
The same, quote, people who screamed about the science and viciously screamed at me to wear a mask in public are the same people who were very what is it? They're not they're lizard people? Like they're lizards? What are they if they're not people? We're the same people to kick me out of every facet of society as they continue on with their remote jobs and blind compliance, pushing in their false sense of superiority and laughing at me and laughing as I suffer are the same people telling me it's good Charlie Kirk is dead. Not hyperbole. The exact same humans.
I only got COVID 17 times. I was fine. I didn't need to wear a mask. Well, you guys are crazy. You people are crazy.
So now that we're here and the entire world has seen what these people are, it's time the roles get reversed. Uh-oh.
He's going to go find Edward Furlong and see what he's doing.
I'm not violent by choice.
Oh. Wait,
I don't make the
not
threats.
Violent by choice. He's violent by something else. Is that
He
what
chooses
said?
not to be violent, I think is what he's saying.
Oh, okay.
He could be. Don't start with him because he could be.
Walk around with the Frankie Palmeri. He might do a diss track on you.
I don't make threats, but I do want these people gone for good.
Well, how are they going to get gone for good?
I don't make threats, but here I am making a threat.
How?
Banish.
Explain that, Frankie.
Banish to the darkest corners in this life so that the rest of us can carry on passing COVID off to each other back and forth until it mutates into another.
Until all our lungs are cement. Then they can come out of the darkness, the people.
I fully accept what people will think of me because I'm choosing to stand up. I've had enough abuse, and even more so, I'm tired of others being abused.
So I don't know what is the mechanism by which people who tell him to wear a mask are going to be banished? Like, what is you want to censor them back? He's saying, oh, I was censored because I couldn't get a job. So now you want to
send them to Masktopia.
Yeah,
Go mask yourselves in Masktopia while we live here in America.
Go wear your chin diaper, man.
If anything you've just read pissed you off, newsflash, it's you creating the problems in this world.
I don't want someone on the subway spitting phlegm directly into my fucking tonsil area. So that means I am the problem in this world.
This isn't just right-wing propaganda bleeding through your screen. No, this isn't right-wing propaganda. This is just cold truth.
Well, it also happens to be right-wing propaganda.
I could go on and on. You are going on and on about what I disagree with on both sides of the spectrum.
Well, he's definitely on the spectrum. We can say that.
I don't believe there should be a two-party system, but however extreme that idea might sound to you, you know what's actually extreme? Being happy someone was killed just because you didn't like what they had to say. Yes.
Also, white supremacy that's on your T-shirt. That's also extreme. But also being happy.
And also, I don't know if people are happy that Charlie Kirk was killed because they didn't like what he had to say. I think the people that happen to be happy, not to speak for them, is because he was inciting violence and creating separation and being a bad person. And so, anyway,
I just think there's room for nuance. Like we talked about this on the previous show. I don't think killing people just for even when they're white supremacists, I don't advocate picking up a rifle and shooting them. But when it does happen, I'm not going to sit there and fucking cry for the guy and pretend that he was a good person. I think shooting people like that, I don't give a shit that he's dead. But I think it creates a tension where now you can be shot for someone else is going to do the same thing. And it just escalates violence. I think we should deal with people like Charlie Kirk in a more productive way that is non-violent. But at the same time, look at this idiot's reaction to it. And this is a side effect of it. This conversation is look at all this. He wrote a novel of incoherent nonsense, and that.
Well, hold on. There's a little more that I was reading ahead. My ADD, and it really falls off a cliff. Even if in some hypothetical fantasy world where we find out the whole thing is fake, what?
What's
this whole shooting was fake.
He's not dead?
Well, that this was a planned shooting or what, like
right.
that it wasn't like just some lone gunman sniper doing a dog day afternoon thing because of his trans girlfriend or whatever.
I thought he was saying like Charlie Kirk's gonna pop out from under the podium any day now.
Well, maybe he's saying that too. Who knows? I can't really speak for him. Even if it's some hypothetical fantasy world where we find out the whole thing is fake, the conspiracy nuts are all correct, and it's just another staged event to beckon the dark waves of human division, it doesn't change the fact that it's objectively wrong to cheer when an innocent person is killed. It's barbarianism at best, and a glimpse of hell at its worst.
Oh, boy.
Oh, my goodness. I guess maybe he would say with this, like, look, I live in a world where future generations accept the truth, work on spiritual growth, shows compassion for those we don't associate with, and wants to create peace through debate. But it seems like there's an entire society that doesn't want to do that. They will only accept penance of blood, as they have proven. I have never gone after anyone for their political and social compass. I just want terrorism to end. If you support anything that remotely sympathizes with terror, you're the enemy. Hold on. If you support anything that remotely sympathizes with terror, you're the enemy. Uh-oh. Who's the enemy?
Yeah. Shoot first, ask questions last.
You're the enemy. You fucking idiot.
There's a quick man come and said people did call him out about his shirts on the Twitter post. He was a different person back then.
Oh, is that what he said? Oh, well.
Well, I think his defenders see that. He may not have said it.
So he's downplaying claim. I see. I'm sorry. PRP notes that at the time when he took down the merch, he said that the insensitive and crude design choices did nothing to improve my life or career. All that negative shit when I was 24 only gave more reasons for people to find an excuse to dismiss anything positive I might have achieved. Mm-hmm. Also, the edgelord vibe is played out.
Oh,
okay.
He's saying that?
Yeah.
Okay. The king of the edgelords? By the way, just for equal time, we reached out to Frankie Palmeri to ask him who he specifically identifies as the real terrorist. And this is what he said.
Posabini or whatever his name is.
Robbie, how do you feel about that?
Oh man, he's got apparently he's on a whole Q&A thing on his Twitter where people are calling out various parts of his statement.
All right, where's that dick?
That's what he said.
And I don't really need to we don't need to go through all of it.
Oh, is there any nuggets in there?
But someone brought up the electrocution thing.
Well, can you remind that what happened? He electrocuted himself by accident or something?
Yeah, there was a charge in the electrocution. They were playing in Russia, and he got a jolt of electricity in his mic, and he passed out for a second. And he retweeted it, being like, "This proves my point that you're still celebrating this 11 years later. Society is fucked."
I mean, if anything, he should embrace that as maybe that's why he has such terrible politics. That's why he writes like an eighth grader, because something jolted his brain. Maybe he would have been more coherent before that. Maybe there's this whole section of his brain missing that deals with literary, like writing skills. He could have 3/4 of a brain right now. We don't know. 3/4 of a brain. Can that be the episode title?
Yeah, absolutely. I want to say he said he is not right wing, but he just retweeted Matt Walsh saying every leftist affiliated with Antifa or any of its splinter groups should be rounded up and arrested immediately, just as we would to any American affiliated with ISIS or Al Qaeda. Actually, I believe the Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, just met with the former leader of Al Qaeda, who happens to be the president of Syria. So I would disagree with you there, Matt Walsh. But he concludes, we can't wait for them to kill someone before we arrest them. Arrest them all right now. So yeah, that's not right wing. Anyway, Frankie Palmeri, you can eat a bag of dicks.
Sure.
To quote the iconic Ice-T.
All right, where's that dick?
So sorry, Darren, now that I went off on that tangent, did you have a related story to share?
Well, it was more related to the libs of TikTok thing, but
Okay.
I have two stories, and
Ooh.
I'll tell you the log line for each one. One is I witnessed legitimate anti-Semitism in front of me, and the other one is that I was accused of anti-Semitism. Which one would you like to hear?
Oh, let's start with witnessing it first.
I was working in this. All right, so you know that I do umpiring and refereeing different sports, and I do a lot of high-profile, well-paying gigs. But I also have an assigner that takes care of me, and I do these great gigs. And to help him out, sometimes I do these janky-ass leagues for not much money because I feel like it's one hand washes the other. I'm trying to be ethical and a nice guy, so I do these very janky, like zillennial leagues where they just want to go drink afterwards, and the league doesn't care much about the sports. Like, they provide the most awful equipment. They would provide softballs that look like they were.
Oh, it was a softball.
It was softball, and look, they provide balls that look like they were run over by a Cadillac in 1971 and stuff like that. So it's very cheap and shitty, and it attracts a lot of like people that don't give a shit about the game. Sometimes nice people, but also scumbags.
People just want to drink.
So this guy was complaining the whole game about the equipment, rightfully so. I think he may have been Desi, like, Indian or Pakistani, but like American born, but of that descent, right? And these balls are disgusting. Why can't they provide a good ball? Look, these bases, you can barely see them in the dirt and everything. These flimsy 99-cent store bases and stuff. So we get through the game's ending. They're packing up their shit, and he goes over to me like, "Man, I just got to tell you, they don't listen to me, but maybe you could tell the league office or something. Like, I don't want to say it, but they're such fucking Jews with this equipment. I swear to God, they're such fucking Jews. Why do they have to be such Jews?" All right, I'll definitely pass that along. And then I told him, I was like, I'm not telling you this to make you feel bad, but you're talking to somebody that's Jewish. And then I said, and he went, he got the look of fucking panic. And I was like, I don't care. I know you were just making a reference. Like, I know you're not saying to exterminate the Jews, but you should be careful who you say things around, because the next Jewish person you meet might actually get very upset about that.
You couldn't have handled it better.
But that was
I don't think he was necessarily being anti-Semitic.
Right. He's prejudiced, not racist.
Yes.
He's got this trope in his head, and it's not like if he met a Jewish person, he may not have a negative word to say to them, but it's just he's got these backwards things in his head. So I try to be forgiving about that, but I also give him a warning, and I was half expecting him to come back and to go step over the line. Then I get offended because, as you know, on this show, I'm not that hopped up about being Jewish, and I eat non-kosher and all. We're like the most casual Jews, but I do get upset if I see legitimate anti-Semitism. I'm not going to lie. It makes me feel bad.
Oh, absolutely. I can't stand it.
So I would knock somebody out if they said the wrong thing, but I feel like this was not a place for that.
Yeah, I agree. That's not. Yeah, because I've also heard boomers use Jew as a verb.
Yeah. Yes. At poker, that happens a lot.
Not thinking of it, and I find myself still using the term gypped.
Yeah, so that's hard to get rid of because I never, as a kid, associated that with gypsies or anything.
Right. So I want to give these people that same grace that they don't necessarily put it together.
Exactly.
That's happening. So I'm a bit more patient with that. So how are you accused of being anti-Semitic?
This was at poker, coincidentally enough, and we were sitting there, I think, watching the Mets game or something, and I guess somebody said something about the game, like I really hope the Mets can come back in this game, and they got so and so coming up, and I go, Inshallah, which is, of course, in Arabic means God willing, like make it happen. This Russian, heavy accent, Russian Jewish 30-year-old. He's basically Metal Misha with not without the rock aesthetic. He's that guy, but like a techno guy. He's like the Russian guys from our old radio show. And he goes, Inshallah, you're saying what is this, blad? But you're Jewish. You cannot say this. And I'm like, it doesn't mean like I'm not saying anything. Why is that anti-Semitic? This anti-Semitic. It's Arabic. You're saying Arabic at the table.
Arabic is anti-Semitic.
Right.
Just speaking Arabic is anti-Semitic.
I said, when I am in my house alone and I stub my toe against the bed, I go, Jesus Christ. Like, does that mean that I'm a Christian? I'm not.
No,
like,
you're anti-Christian. Yeah, using God's name in vain.
It's just no. He was saying like it's not even saying it's not about that saying the name in vain of Allah. It's like I'm making myself Arabic or making myself Muslim by doing that. That's what he was saying. I'm renouncing my Judaism and making myself converting to Islam. I was like, so if I say Jesus Christ when I hurt myself or bad traffic or something, that means I've become a Christian. I've been baptized. What is these people? What are they thinking? And he went back and forth with me for like 15 minutes on this.
Well, you could have blown his mind even further because my dad is Jewish. Quite Jewish, I would say. Yes. And he uses inshallah. He uses mashallah. His family, it's just the way to say it, even as a Jew.
Right.
Allah just means God in Persian as well. So it's not like it's a different God. It's the same God. Right. There's only one God.
Right. But they just have all these different rules.
They're just fucking idiots. They're just dumb.
That's what I don't get.
It's ignorance.
I think I sent you a photo of you and Sid, a photo of this. Dusty says, "Is your dad the Iron Sheik?" I think Rob wishes he was the Iron Sheik's son. Wouldn't that be
would
great?
Rule? Yeah, I love that.
I sent a photo of this guy wearing a Yankees jersey that said John 3:16 on the back as the number. That guy was standing there proselytizing, and this is what God said, and this is what God said. If they're all the same God, why did the same God give three contradictory set of rules to these three major religions? And why do they all want to kill each other? And why do some of the different sects within the same religion want to kill each other? There it is.
Yeah, well, yeah. And also,
how can you possibly make a Yankees jersey worse? There is your answer right there.
Well, doesn't the Quran acknowledge the Bible?
Yes, the Quran even acknowledges Jesus as a prophet. Like, Jesus is a prophet in the Quran. Dusty Rose Muffler said, and 3D replied, "Also 3:16 says I just whip your ass."
Yeah, so it's just like, and the Quran also acknowledges the Old Testament as well, right? Like they follow that stuff. So I feel like the Quran is just the most updated scripture. They would argue,
but they contradict each other. Like the
New
Testament, the Old Testament says beat gays to death, and Jesus says like, all right, be nice to people. You know what I mean? It's like, how can you write? All it is, I feel like the New Testament is just an undoing. Like they looked around, they were like, okay, this shit doesn't work for this world anymore. Like it's slightly more progressive now. We need we're gonna keep the old, like the good parts of the old stuff, but you got to keep kosher still.
Well, and then that's what Mormonism is. It's an even more updated version, right? The Book of John.
Just make a new book. Like, why do we need the same fucking book if it's not working? Get rid of it. You have to update it.
How dare you?
They believe in being nice to each other. You don't need a book. Just don't be a dick.
How would you know then? How would you know what's nice if a book doesn't tell you?
I happen to know, and Rob, maybe I'm a crazy person. I happen to know that killing somebody is wrong. Just
because the Bible told you.
No, because I don't want to die, so I don't want to induce that and impose that on anyone else.
Yeah, but you don't want to eat shrimp. Does that mean no one else should eat shrimp?
Right. That's my point. I don't want anyone to eat shrimp if they don't want to, and I don't want them to not eat it if they do like it.
Okay. All right.
Eat what you fucking want. Drink bleach if you fucking want. No, don't do that. We're on a show. I can't say that because Trump got in trouble for saying that. No, don't drink bleach, but take care of yourself, and within those parameters, do whatever you want.
All right. On that note, let's talk about our Spotify picks. The playlist is going to be a little delayed this week, but it will be updated. Each week, we each pick a song. We throw it on Spotify on something called the RIP Livecast Music Break. And this week, I picked a song. I'm really into this artist. I got into this artist, Santigold, this week. Local city councilman Chi Osei did one of these love-hate lists for one of these blogs I follow, like 10 things he loves, 10 things he hates. And other things he loved was this album from Santigold, and I was really impressed with it. It's like a fun, alternative, punk, kind of hip-hoppy kind of thing, and it's very catchy. A lot of fun beats, and Say Aha is like the most chill song, so that's the one I picked. So it's my new discovery of the week that is now your discovery of the week. How about you, Darren? What'd you pick?
Well, my song is a nice little entryway into our upcoming Patreon episode.
Oh, very nice.
Nice little plug, which we watched
coming on
Wednesday, the 1st of October. We watched the Spinal Tap sequel called The End of the Beginning.
Spinal Tap 2, the
beginning.
No.
What is it? I don't know. Okay, it's so bad. I don't want to fucking even remember.
The End Continues?
The End Continues. I mean, they're not even ending.
Yes. Spinal Tap 2, The End Continues.
But you can join our Patreon if you're not already a member, and in a few days, 4 days, you can hear our extensive thoughts about that. So I won't go into what I think of the movie, but I will say there was a little part where we talked about the music and whether it's serious music or whether it's like a prop for the movie. And I mentioned that they released a standalone album, like about, I don't know, 8 years after the first movie came out. And I said, oh, since we talked about that, I don't really remember it too well. Let me go back and listen to it and find a suitable song. It is so fucking bad. It is so fucking bad, this album that came out in 1992. It's like barely rock. There's like folk rock in it, and it's like shit that they think might be rock. And they were like already kind of old. And I was like, I abandoned it. I was like, I was going to try to put a song on there, and I gave up. I couldn't find one song that I could get through 15 seconds of. So I just went to the first Spinal Tap album, and I pulled Big Bottom because I do love that song. I think that's a great song.
It is an objectively good rock song, and the lyrics are so good. The hook, Big Bottom, running all through my.
How could I leave this? Oh, sorry.
How could I leave
this behind?
Yes, how could I leave this behind? To me, is so, like that's next level pun work right
Very
there.
Good.
Like,
Very good.
And especially for like, it's the perfect archetype of like a rock album single.
100% agree. Yeah.
You know, so in that sense, I think it really succeeded as a parody. Big Bottom as a song specifically. It's the best song they've written.
But that second album is so bad, like it throws into question like whether they actually are good musicians or not. Like it's so fucking terrible. That it's almost ruined the original. I thought we mentioned this briefly in the episode, like one thing that makes that movie hold up so well is that they're presented as great musicians. And I'm like, was that just movie magic? Like, because it's so fucking bad.
I'm curious. Yeah, I need to watch one of their festival performances to know for sure. But
I think their festival, their festival shows, they usually play like the stuff from the first movie mostly, although there's a couple of songs from like Bitch School, which we saw in this movie. That's on that shitty album, and that's the opening track on that album.
And that already is like a little weaker, you could tell, even than the older stuff.
Agreed.
Because there was also like Hellbound, right? That's another song they have.
Hell to Pay. But that's not on that. Yeah, that's later. That's a Derek Smalls like solo project single in their Diegetic Universe. That's his side project.
What's it called? Stonehenge. Hell's Hole. Hell's Hole is a
Hellhole. Hellhole is on the first album.
Yeah. Hellhole. That's a good song too.
Yeah, I like that.
And Stonehenge I like as well.
There's several good
songs.
Folk metal. And some of the skiffle songs that are on there from like when they were not Spinal Tap yet. Are very good too.
So you can
All the Way Home. That's the one.
So as Darren mentioned, we did a whole roundtable discussion. We did like an hour talking about the new Spinal Tap movie. And spoiler, you don't have to watch the movie. You can just watch us ranting about it. You really
is.
save yourself the time.
Save yourself 80 minutes of your life.
Yeah, don't, it's not needed. And you can watch that on our Patreon, patreon.com/RIPLivecast. $4 a month gets you access to all of our bonus episodes. We have like 5 years of stuff, a roundtable discussion, watch-alongs. We have bonus episodes where it's just like a full episode of the show with dirtier content that would probably get pulled from YouTube. So check that out. And $8 a month, you get to be a top Livecast fan of the week. You get a shout-out at the end of the show, which is right now.
Mm-hmm.
And how do we do these shout-outs?
Well, I remember we were talking earlier about porn stars. So maybe, which of these people, if you had met them on field, would remind you of a certain porn star that you had known? What porn star do they remind you of?
I just know gay porn star names.
Oh, that's true. People will probably know. Okay, how about Frankie Palmeri? What is his right-wing problem with each of these people?
Well, we'll start it off, and then I'll join in.
Okay, where is it? Let me find it. I think I need a list of
it. I'll throw it in the private chat.
I got it.
Okay,
yeah. All right, Benjamin, you are definitely worsening the divide by not having a dialogue between left and right. It's all on you.
Dan R., you're pushing trans ideology in schools. It's completely unnecessary.
Shasur, on a related note, you are sneaking into college dormitory areas and opening bathrooms for trans people to come into them and rape people.
Lando Danks, you somehow believe women should have control of their own bodies and a choice in what they do with them. Disgusting.
LaCroix, I noticed you trying to, with a hacksaw, take down Confederate statues in my neighborhood. Not cool, LaCroix.
Violence. Jeremy and Mr. Schmertzler, you guys don't believe that Jews control the media and the banks, and it's just inaccurate. You read a book.
Douglas, who are you, Levinson? You watched the romantic comedy American History X and somehow deduced that it was a commentary on anti-racism.
Slinkies, you actually sent your child to Columbine High School after the fact.
Oh, no. Yeshiva Rabbah, you were not sufficiently sad and did not cry at all when Charlie Kirk was so viciously murdered, and that makes you an incredibly terrible person.
Aaron and Jander, you two were online to debate Charlie Kirk and to be owned by him before it all happened.
And Randy Bled, you committed the biggest liberal woke sin of all, thinking that Amur is a shitty band. You should throw yourself off any stage that you happen to be on in the future.
No. Folks, that's our show. All our love to Sid. Hopefully he'll be back next week. He most likely will be back next week. He loves doing the show. And we'll be back next week. Until then, we love you. We kiss you. Bye-bye.